Sombra, he's here again. Oh my gosh. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Sombra del Pisa. How are you? Sombra, since you're here in our little room, can you tell us a story, please? I gotta go, man. I got things to do. Come on, Sombra, please. Have a little patience with us. All right, fair enough. Sombra del Pisa back once again with yet another video. Today, I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit of a story. I had a moment of weakness, you guys. I didn't relapse or anything, but I count it as just being made aware of a point of weakness that I have. So I'm going to tell you about this story real quick, guys. Stick with me, like, comment, subscribe. Let's go. So yesterday I was over by the Verrazano Bridge in Bay Ridge. This is a place in Brooklyn. I like to hang out there a lot just because it's near the water. You get to see the bridge. It makes you feel sort of small and insignificant against structures in the world that are constant and so on and so forth. I don't know. I just like sitting there. I was sitting there and relaxing. I was listening to some music, and there was this really beautiful woman that walked by. Like, she was absolutely stunning. The thing is, though, I had in the back of my mind, I'm like, yeah, because she was like very, very scantily dressed. She had like some sports bra on in public, and she had like some really short, tight pants. And I was just like, yeah, she's clearly inviting like a type of attention. But I still found her really beautiful. And when she came down to where I was sitting, she came on the same bench, and then she was changing her shoe. I think she was coming out of her sandals and then putting on rollerblades. So I saw that as a reason to go talk to her, even though I shouldn't have really spoken to her. Nothing bad happened, but like I said, it was just the whole situation. I'm gonna tell you the entire thing, but the whole situation served to point to a weakness of mine, right? So she's putting on her rollerblades, and I said to her, wow, I didn't know roll bounce was still a thing in 2026, right? And then she was like, oh my God. Like she went like, she was like speaking so much and so loudly. It's like, oh my God, I just decided to take them out. I was in the gym earlier today. I did legs, and I just wanted to do some cardio and such. So I said, okay, that's pretty cool. Why have you rollerbladed before? Are you one of those rollerbladers without brakes on one of their skates? And so like during that conversation, I was, listen, like she's very attractive. I think I found out where she was from. She's from Puerto Rico. And you know, she's very beautiful, right? She had nice hair and everything. But of course, like, she was scantily dressed, and there was obviously something wrong. Like, I saw that as like a huge red flag, you know what I mean? It's just like you're attracting all of this kind of crazy attention, and I'm sure that she's getting. Like, as we were speaking, like every guy that walked by was like just kept staring at her up and down. Like, it was like eating her with their eyes. It was nuts. Like, these guys, I'm telling you, these guys are unexplored, unchecked, unfiltered. They have not done the work at all. I guess I'm the same to some degree. I have done the work. It's just that she was just attractive. So I don't know. I was compelled to talk to her. We're talking a lot more, and then she ends up just going about her way, right, on the promenade. Time passed, like 45 minutes passed. I needed to go to work, right? Because I came from the office. I had some huge length of time off because I worked the limited amount of hours that I was able to work for the 2 weeks. And so I decided to rest in near the Verrazano Bridge, and then just head to work afterwards. I was gonna just probably take a bike or just take the train straight to the restaurant. So as I started walking out of the park, I went to the bathroom in this restaurant, and I came out, and she was right there. So I was like, oh, roll bounce, you're still here? How did you finish your little round so quickly, your laps? She was like, I just wanted to just do it just to prove to myself I could still skate. Like I said, I haven't rollerbladed in a really long time. So we ended up getting into this long conversation. You know, we're passing by all these guys that are just staring at her like this predator type energy. I'm telling you, these guys do not do the work, man. I'm telling you, they have crosses on their arms as tattoos, but they know nothing of Christ. I promise you, it's kind of nuts. Like, the way that they were just looking at us, like, it was crazy. Nuts. They were like dark evil forces or something, right? So we're just chatting. I'm getting to know her. She was like, how often do you work out? You look like you work out a lot. And I was like, oh, I do weightlifting, and I do boxing for mobility, right? I just like to be able to have better footwork. And she's like, oh, that's cool. I was doing boxing before. And then she started telling me her story of how she was she's one of the Boricuas in the world that actually was brought up learning Spanish. But actually she wasn't. I think she had a husband from Colombia, which was really interesting, that ended up teaching her some Spanish. So she knew some Spanish. And I said, that's funny because I used to live in Colombia and I learned Spanish during my time there. And she was like, oh, that's really cool. And then we had a small conversation in Spanish. Of course, she wanted to try to confirm what I knew. And so she also had a child, or children, plural, with this guy. And it was just very interesting because, you know, as I was speaking with her, moving on with the conversation, found out that she smoked weed. She doesn't drink, but she smoked weed. We already know what that does to the brain, right? We already know what that does to your lungs. The alveoli lined up in your lungs, right? It stops you from being able to breathe in all of the oxygen, the energy, the prana that's in the air, right? Fully, because you're destroying the alveoli in your lungs. And she also, you know, she had multiple kids and all this kind of stuff. So clearly it was just a wrong choice, but I still felt compelled to speak to her anyway because of some reason or another. And I believe that it was probably because I found her attractive, and I was also interested in what she had to say. And this is why I want to tell you guys that I did falter a little bit in even starting a conversation with her, because that could have led to horrible ends. You know, it's like, okay, what if she wanted to give me the time of day and then we end up going out and then I have to take on all of the weight of her past, you know, the choices that she's made, her pride in defending smoking, because it didn't seem like she was going to let go of that habit anytime soon. Because I told her, I was like, oh, it's so bad for you, you know, smoking. You could, you know, you should try to replace it with sparkling water or any other habit that's not drinking or doing drugs. Just don't smoke. It does so much stuff to your brain and all that. But she's like, yeah, but I love it so much. So it just seemed like she wasn't willing to relinquish that habit. But it just shows so much about things that can go wrong if you allow it to go wrong. That's why you should keep the door shut on all types of evil. Anything that seems like it's inverted, you have to stay away from. She, of course, the most alluring things physically in the world are usually the worst for you, or they have like some very malicious intent or some sort of negativity behind it. And so I'm very, very glad it didn't go the full way. Like, you know, us ended up trading our contact information, because it could have been really bad. You know what I mean? Like I would have believed what she had to say, but I don't think that would have went that route. I think that, because I am following the precepts of God. You know, we're not taking on a fornication, we're not drinking, we're not doing drugs, we're not smoking weed and anything like that. I work a good life. I clean my apartment every other week. You know what I mean? Like, I treat people with respect, even though they don't like what I have to say. And it's just like, I do the right thing. So I don't think that I would be drawn into that tunnel of sin. I don't think so. I think that this was the warning. This was the red flag. You know, I'm very happy. I'm very, very pleased. So just to tell you guys, I guess, like a little bit of a lesson again, as you guys are on this journey of celibacy, you know, people are going to dislike you for no reason. That's due to ignorance. That's due to lack of understanding. And that's okay. Let them. What the Bible already said, that the people of the world do not understand. They know not what they do. So let them do what they do. That's great. That's good. But just pray that they get better. You know what I mean? And pray that you yourself are not taking on to bad things. Make sure that every single entrance in you, pause, but every single entrance that you have to sin, to things of the world, do not fall for beauty. Do not fall for flattering words. Do not fall for silver tongues. Do not fall for gift of the gab, because every soul here now, doesn't matter where they're from, they have gift of the gab. They are able to flatter with the tongue. And so you will get influenced and you will be drawn to something that's not very good for you. You know what I mean? Make sure that every single gate of your body is closed to the things of the world. Make sure that you're doing your practices of semen retention correctly. Make sure you're staying on the path. Make sure you're following the precepts of God. Make sure you're reading your Bibles. Make sure you deliver yourself in prayer. You're gonna build that light. You know what I mean? You're always gonna build that light in you the more you do this practice. And that light is not your light. It is given to you by God. It is a gift, because you are following his rule, and you are, whatever you're meant to do, it's not of your own accord, or it's not of your own choice or your own will. It is of God's will. Your willpower is keeping yourself disciplined to be able to be a vessel for that light. And so that may be serve as a beacon to other individuals that are not necessarily sure about what they want to do or sure about their purpose. You have to realize that the tests are going to get harder the more you build up your energy, the more you walk in light, the more you are celibate. They're going to be sent very beautiful women after you. They're going to be, especially us men, trust me, because a beautiful woman has been the Achilles heel of all the good heroes in the Bible. Samson, Delilah. David, Bathsheba. Solomon, King Solomon, all of the women that he slept with from different nations that were all heathen, worshiping all these idols of stone, taking on to fornication, drinking, smoking. They don't care about God. They don't care about his ways, the one true God. They don't care. They don't care about discipline. And so you need to understand that you are no different. You are a human being just like the ones that existed in the past. And the gates of influence from the world exist all the same and even more prevalent now, because all of the evil has been normalized. Individuals that say that they know God do not know God. They have crosses on their necks. They have Jesus Christ with the crown of thorns as a tattoo on their arms, but they don't follow anything that guy preached. They only are taking on the fornication and pleasure, and they seek to invert what was good. You need to seal up every single gate. At the end of every day, pray. Make sure that you are doing a self-evaluation of the actions that you've taken that day. Were they good? Someone did bad to you. Did you respond with malice? Did you respond with bumping that person on the street because that person bumped you on the street? Did you argue with that person because they decided to argue with you based on anger that they cannot filter because they don't have the light of God in them, because they're taking on the fornication, they're taking on the things of the world? It's fine. Pray for your enemies. The only thing, seriously, I'm not just reading off a script here. What is said in the Bible rings true. The only thing these guys can do to you in this world is of your skin and of your mind. Due to gang stalking and intimidation by groups of shadowy individuals that have made covenants with Asmodeus and Belial and all those Dagon and all those evil forces, they can only intimidate your mind and make you feel smaller than who you are. They can only give you lashes. They could slice your skin. They could beat you up. This is all external. They cannot touch your soul. And if your soul is completely obedient to the ways of God till the end, disciplined until the end, you cannot meet any evil end. You cannot meet any dark end. You've done a good job. You've done the best you can. Remember, all will be judged. All will be judged indiscriminately, like fire, from fire. And with that being said, that is all I have to say to you guys today. If you guys enjoy that kind of content, like, comment, subscribe, share the video with some peers. Do not ever, ever, ever let this place get you down. The world is a chameleon in its nature and trying to enter your gates. Trust me, when they try to send you the scantily clad woman with the long hair whose mouth is dripping of honey, but her soul is as black as a fire-scorched apartment, then they will send you the hipster, the one that is nonchalant and nihilist about the things of the world, trying to speak your language to get you to relinquish your discipline. If the hipster doesn't work, they will send you the new mother with the child, right? That is only taken onto the things of the world. Her doctrine, her philosophies are only world deep. There's nothing subterraneous. It's nothing deep or anything profound. It is only external. She will try to change and validate her belief through trying to convert yours. This is the world. Cause and effect is the only thing that's presiding upon this world. Nothing else. There is no divine law. There is no God. There is no Jesus Christ. There is no apostles. There is nothing. Christianity is just a way for the Republicans to oppress the Democrats and everyone else when they have not ever picked up the book and read it. They know nothing about King David. They know nothing about King Saul. They know nothing about Paul. They know nothing about Mark. Nothing. They know nothing about Mary Magdalene. Nothing. If the mother doesn't work, they will send the spiritual erudite, the one that is taken onto secret societies, the one that is following the doctrines of evil, the doctrines of Satan, the ones that are Freemasons, 13 worshipers, 7 worshipers, 12 worshipers, following evil forces, right? Make invocations in their house when they want physical success. When you are able to perceive that, they will keep sending other people, more and more people. They will try to shame you with beliefs that are of an ancient past doctrine that never did have significance and never will have significance. You will look at it and it will make sense to you because your brain is being spoken to. Your brain is of here. All the amalgam and the sum of your experiences are of here. And so if they're giving you information from here, it will identify with that part that's of here. That's why your soul is the dividing blade. Your soul, which will be nurtured by God through following his word. Do not listen to these people. They are all taken onto pleasure and nihilism. They care not for the word. Learn a new language. Follow the ways of God. And I love you all, guys. Stay radiant. I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Woo!